Yo, what's good? It's another Monday. We back at the Crazy Riot Show. Make some noise. We're in the building. Y'all clap it up. We back. We back again. I got a special guest in the building, but before I introduce her, I got to introduce, they phones up loud and proud because they trying to hear the tea on this Monday. I got to shout out my sister, Leah Mack is in the building. Clap it up for Leah Mack. That's what I call her. She wasn't here last week. She had she was in LA and then she had to come back in. She had a late flight. Her flight got in late, so she couldn't make it. And then, I got my sister, Bri Bri is in the building.
Get my name right.
I said Bri Bri.
Who is Bri Bri?
Bri Bri.
Hello,
One
everyone.
of the baddest B words I know. You know what I'm saying? And we got a special guest in the building, one of the coolest, smartest, loudest, turned upest little people I know. We got an author, ladies and gentlemen. Brooklyn Mattison is in the building right now. It's in the building right now.
Two-time author.
Two-time, yeah.
Period.
Emmy, what they give out for books? What is it? What do you get for a book? What is it?
Money.
No.
You talking about the award?
What award? No, it's like, it's, I don't know, Pulitzer? No, it's not a book.
Oh, Pulitzer Prize?
Is it a book? I don't know.
Pulitzer Prize, ain't it?
I thought that's like when you save somebody's life or something.
I don't know.
Damn,
We might be missing.
Scratch that for the live.
Shout out to them. Share this video. We got not a lot of people right now. I need 50 people on this live right now. What are y'all doing right now? Alyssa Pimentel is in the building. Shout out to Alyssa. She's in the building.
Oh, I love
shout out to Shay Jackson. Shout out to Megan Marie. Shout out to Oh, we got a hold up. What is happening? What's happening? What's going on right now? What is this?
I just really came to say thank you.
Oh my God.
I love you.
Oh. Did y'all plan this? That's funny. Gray, that's so funny.
That's so funny.
Shout out to Gray. Clap it up for Gray.
On Saturday, wasn't
Oh, yeah. I was at the porn convention on Saturday.
Okay, relax.
Porn.
Shout out to Gray. Clap it up for Gray, man. Oh, my God.
That was so sweet.
Things don't happen like that to you.
Open it.
I get to, you want to open it?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
If you want to.
Should we wait? I don't know.
Okay, open
We'll
it.
do it.
Okay, you're stressing me out.
You so silly. All right, we live in the building, man. Everybody that's watching, hit the share button. And if you're not a hater, hit the heart and like button for the next 30 seconds. We're in the building with an author. She put together I read this book. I haven't read a book since my senior year in high school.
Oh, damn.
That's
That was
tough.
like
And I was
40
just
years
being, yeah, it was
ago.
loud. It was a while ago. So, Brooklyn, you made a book. You wrote a book called Y'all Are Bad B Words and Terrible People. Why did you write this book, Brooklyn?
I got a question. Can I say the full title?
Sure.
Y'all are bad bitches but terrible people, because
Damn.
that's the truth. It actually stemmed from, so I got a lot of guy friends too, right? And listening to the way that men talk about women, not in like a degrading way, but in a, damn, what's wrong with these bitches? Like, why can't I find a woman that got something more behind her ass? Like, why every time I go on her page, it's her ass, or you need to be paying for this, you need to be doing that. Why? Because I'm fine. Like, okay, then what? Like, can I sit down and have an intellectual conversation with you? Can I get you to understand something? Can I put you in position to do better? Can you put me in position to do better? And it was smoke and screen for a lot of females. And we live in Lake County. It's a lot of bad bitches out here. I don't have a problem giving a bitch her credit. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the B
I
words.
love a fine-ass woman. But I also love a fine woman with a beautiful soul. And it got to a point where I would give a woman credit, like, oh, you're so pretty. And the bitch would look at me like, okay, cool. So
She ain't
I'll
giving
take
nothing
that.
back.
It's not even giving nothing back. It's about receiving it. So it's a powerful thing when a woman can receive and know that she's beautiful, but to know that she has a soul to match. And a lot of bitches out here just like that garbage bag.
Wow.
You garbage, but you wearing designer.
Yeah.
So you can cover it up, but it still stinks. Like there's nothing else. So after he get through fucking you, then what? Like,
Damn, Brooklyn.
sorry.
You're going ham
I'm
tonight.
sorry. You asked, I told.
You're trying to get radio syndication tonight.
Sorry.
No, I'm joking.
But
So this was the motivation, your own experience of dealing with different type of women caused you to write a book about this. Do you think men create this, or is this a woman created thing? And all two of you guys can answer extra.
I think it's both.
Okay.
The narrative initially starts with social media. That's where it starts. Everyone has this perception that they want to be or look like something. And that's why I hate that soft girl era shit. Like, everyone wants to do surface level stuff. Everyone wants to look something surface level. But when you with somebody, like everyone wants to be in relationship, that's when you start to reveal who somebody really is. So for men and for women. So you ultimately get to a point where you can't hide who you are. So no matter how fine you are, how good looking you are, how fat your ass is, like once you get to that point, there's no matter, there's no substance.
Brianna, when you hear that, because I hear something different than what you're hearing, just from a man's perspective, and both you guys can comment, all three of you guys. Does a man, I'm only talking about the correlation between a man, does a man make a woman realize those things? Or is it like God, or is it like internal depth look? What is it? How do you?
I think it's definitely an internal thing. I think it's something that you have to grow through. I don't think you just look at, like, I mean, some men, some relationships can create that space where you can be like, wow, like I'm not a good person, or I don't have good attributes or whatever. But I feel like more than anything, it's something you have to learn on your own. And even with her saying like, being in Lake County, right? We give these women compliments and they kind of like, I think a lot of women can't accept compliments because they're insecure. Most bad B words are insecure. That's why we do, not we, because I ain't insecure. But that's why a lot of women do all of the makeup and like, you know, and again, and I've said this several times that for the past like maybe 3 years I was at my lowest. But the only thing I could do was throw a wig on, and I was throwing it on. It looked old on sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So
Brianna, please.
I'm serious. You know I'm serious. You were there.
Throw it in the catch.
You was around. She helped you put it on.
Did.
Yeah. That's interesting to hear, Leah.
I feel the same way. I feel like I feel like you can be humbled, and sometimes being humbled really brings you back down to earth, and it's like, let me knock you down a peg. Because if so many people telling you the same thing over and over, you really have to start looking within, like, okay, is it me?
But
Some people are mature enough to do that. I don't think everybody is.
I don't necessarily think it's about being humble, because I hate when people say humble yourself. I will never humble myself. I will acknowledge myself, and I will accept myself for who I am. And if that makes you uncomfortable, then fuck you. But a lot of women just do not understand that it's okay to be normal. Like, it's okay to be yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why they feel like if I show you this, then you don't have to see who I really am, because you don't know who you really are.
If
So
you could
it's
be
internal.
If you could be vulnerable, because you've been vulnerable in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
What does it feel like to be scraping the ground of the worst parts of yourself where you have to realize that? What does that feel like?
Deadly. It is uncomfortable. And when I say deadly, I mean like physically, emotionally, mentally. Like, I'm currently in a relationship now that it's a reflection of me. Like, I've never had nobody present me to me the way that this nigga presented me to me.
Shout out my brother.
Kiss my ass. But that's my baby. I love my man. But it took me a while to really get to a point like, okay, you ultimately, if you love somebody, you correct them, right? So that's how I knew he loved me. But it also put into perspective of the things that I need to be vulnerable with for myself. So I was open enough to share that with him, because I don't want you to see all the dark parts. I got all this shit back here. What about right here?
Right,
You focus on back here.
Right,
You
right,
like,
right,
because
right,
back
right.
here is what's making
It's what
you
I
act
deal
how
with.
you
Yeah,
exactly.
sure.
Exactly.
You know what? And I think for me on
That's
the
really good.
opposite end, right? I feel like in my past relationships, it was the opposite for me. So I was giving everything and showing everything and being vulnerable, and it was used against me. So that's why I feel like it is very internal. For her, it worked in her favor, because now she's like, okay, let me fix, let me be better, let me love me a little bit more. For me, it was like, you really ain't what I thought you was, but I'm still gonna fix me and like decide to put me first. So I feel like it definitely goes both ways.
Leah, is it a good thing that to Brooklyn's book title, the B words, is like a facade,
So
or no?
let me just clarify.
Okay.
If you look at the book, what's in quotations?
Well, we can't see it.
Bad B words is in quotations.
I don't call myself no bitch.
B word, okay.
No B word. Let me stop cussing.
Yeah, praise God.
I don't call myself that, because I'm not no female dog. I can count on two hands. I actually messed with a man that would not stop calling me one, and literally cut him off immediately,
Wow.
because I don't know who the hell you talking to. But I don't describe myself like that. There is power in your tongue. So if that's the way that you see yourself, then that's the way you see yourself.
Right.
So then you're confused as to why you're getting dog, but you keep calling yourself a female dog. I'm confused. So it's in quotations, because that's what females call themselves. I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. That's why I be like, Like that song, that part of the song come on. Okay, I'll sexy rap my ass off as soon as she out,
Right.
and then go back to, You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not no, it's
But
just,
is that surface level?
no, it's a mindset.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
The ultimate reason that I wrote this book is because it is a mindset. Like, it's a lifestyle. They turn this shit into an aesthetic. This is their foundation. They don't
Very
know
much.
nothing more. They know log in and stay there.
Have you been in the place of what you're describing, or never?
Oh, okay. I take that back. It was in a way of comparison, right? I'm little. I've been little all my life. Okay, I've been skinny mini
Definitely little.
since the day. And you know what? Growing up and into myself, I am proud to be cute and small and petite. And it's so funny, because history always repeats itself. It's coming back in style. Not that I'm a style, but just accepting you, and that's what it is. Like, accepting, okay, cool, I'm smaller, but I'm still a woman. Like, I would get on Instagram and she got triple double D's with 2 bunk beds behind her, and I can barely fit into this size too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I damn near look like one of the kids. I'm in the high school and they like, why ain't you supposed to be in class? I am a teacher.
Not one of the kids.
I am a teacher.
Dead.
You know what I'm saying? So I dealt with the comparison. I still do, because that's what social media does. It presents the best version of somebody, because that's what we all do. So bringing back the vulnerability, like for myself, I'll get on there and talk about anything. I've been taking pictures without filters all year.
I was just about to say that within the last like 3 months, I have, and I'm just gonna be honest, I have finally gotten comfortable
Not the
without using
Snapchat, not the Snapchat.
no
pictures.
filter.
Yeah.
Like I finally been able to like look at me and be like, I'm beautiful. Like
Yeah.
even when I have a little marks on my face, whatever,
Yeah.
I finally am in a space where I really do
embrace it.
feel beautiful because I'm doing it from the inside this time. Like I feel like I used to be this type of girl. I don't think I was ever a mean girl. I was responsive.
Yeah.
I was responsive, but I do feel like I'm finally in a space where I feel like I don't need to like look perfect for Instagram for when I'm fine, I'm still gonna post.
Yeah.
But like even today, I went to breakfast or lunch and I took some pictures and there was no filter, no makeup, and I was like,
I saw one of your TikToks. and
right,
you
I
had
look
no
good.
filter.
What you mean?
like-
And to the man who commented on my, I'm sorry, to the man who commented on my TikTok, I hope his camera on me, and said, "Is that a dude?" I want y'all to just hear me out real quick, and I'm gonna shut up. That don't bother me. This whole idea because I'm tall and I'm slim and I have like the model-less face, and y'all be like, "Oh, you look like a man." That don't bother me. You're gay, actually,
You know
is
what's
what I
so funny?
think, because that's the first thing that
That's
come out y'all
insane.
How
mouth.
they used to do Sierra.
That's crazy.
They
Like,
did. You see that's coming back on Twitter. They like, who
Yeah, like,
started
who
this
started
rumor?
the rumor that
When we
Sierra
was a
was a
kid,
man?
No,
Sierra
that was
was
the
a
thing.
hermaphrodite.
When we was in high school, definitely.
It was a thing. She was a
Like,
man,
that's
right? I
crazy.
lived in Atlanta in that time, and I was like, they talk about me.
It's like men hate when women like bask in their
Exactly.
femininity.
Like,
yeah.
let
why
me
you
be.
mad?
So to
'Cause,
you,
like,
honey,
it's weird. to
you're
me.
gay.
Give me a little bit more of that. You said men take
I
it.
feel like men, when women are thriving and we really like feeling ourselves, not even on a like bad B, like how like social media influencers, like how these women come across. I feel like if you really like are in tune with yourself and in love with yourself and you carry yourself a certain way, men hate that and they try to like I said earlier, try to knock you down a peg. Like what? Why are you mad?
I think
Intimidation.
boys hate that. A man knows how to embrace a woman because
That's
he
a
can
fact.
understand positions. And that's another thing that getting around healthy relationships, right? Getting around people that you want to be like
Yeah.
will show you the mirror of what types of hierarchy a relationship should be. A man knows how to be put in his place to uplift his woman because when the time comes, it'll be otherwise. A boy will make you feel like you ain't shit. I'm gonna keep you down here because as long as I keep you here, I can keep you manipulated.
Exactly.
True,
But a
true,
man
true.
Yep.
will know how to utilize that to put you in a position.
Are women of the? You guys are kind of in the same age group. Brooklyn's a little younger than us, but are women attracted initially to that man?
I think you got to ask yourself what type of woman you're talking about.
Y'all, I'm asking y'all. Like,
I had this
Well,
conversation
y'all and then
earlier.
y'all close experience.
Yeah.
Do y'all know?
So earlier I was talking to my friend and he told me that one of his closest homegirls told him that she dates like dog men that don't really have much because the men that she would want, they don't look at her. They don't like her. They're not attracted to her. And my response to him was, that's because of you as a woman. If you don't see that you deserve better than this man who doesn't really have much but a good time, it's you. It's your fault.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like I don't mind a man, having a little bit of struggle in him, just a little bit. But I don't want to build a man.
Yeah.
So I feel like go ahead. Go ahead, because I'm 33.
Tag me in.
I'm not
Wait,
doing
okay,
it.
you go first. I was gonna say tag me in.
I'm not
tag
doing
me
it.
in.
I was just talking to somebody today. You're not wrong about what you're saying. I don't think nobody's wrong. I just think that women, if men took the same approach in that mentality, they would never seriously date anybody.
They don't anyway.
No.
I think there's just a balance that has to exist
Yes.
because a man leads you to places you've never been. Don't think that a woman can't lead a man to a place he's never been. So in a sense of building, that could be maybe a word that's kind of misused a little bit.
Yeah, maybe it's a little broad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
it is. But what I'm saying is like no car, no house, living
Well,
with your
that's
mom. You know what I
different.
mean?
That's
Like
different.
when I say build, I'm thinking
And
of
it's
like
women that can make
type of thing.
it's women, y'all have done this before, I'm sure,
Yeah.
where you've changed a man's life financially by him just being around you.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That's a fundamental, and I completely understand what you're saying because I done did some shit. So, and if you know, you know.
You done co-sign?
But I didn't gave a nigga a car. I don't know what I was thinking in Jesus' name.
Yeah,
but
12.
I
12 was
I was in love.
Yeah,
I
12.
thought, but I like the fact that you said building because that's where the yin and yang comes from. A woman needs a man and a man needs a woman. I hate getting on Twitter and seeing this shit.
I don't need nobody.
Don't nobody want to keep. Everyone needs somebody. We were sent here to be paired.
For sure.
And if you get in a relationship the point of it is to build each other.
Sure.
And it can be financially, all that shit. Like,
Sure.
you don't have to. You can get with a nigga with a car, with a crib, with a whatever, and he could be a terrible
Emotionally
ass person,
distraught.
emotionally detached.
Yeah.
He can be manipulative, abusive. He can be all these attributes that you focusing on this because it's glitz and glam.
And to that, I'll just ask a stupid question. Would you rather have a man who is broke but is emotionally intelligent?
Yes.
Or would you have a man who's
mic.
rich who's not emotionally intelligent?
I would rather have no man.
If you got to pick one of the other.
Listen, I would say the man that's emotionally intelligent because there's certain things that you can and cannot teach. You can buy a car. Anybody that works hard enough and clocks in enough hours and goes to the store to buy a car, you can get a car. You cannot get emotional IQ.
Rich though. Rich.
Rich is a mindset. You can
Really?
so a man absolutely. Don't get me
about
started.
dollars, I'm
Rich
not
is a
gonna lie.
I'm saying like when you
Carlos.
at your age, I'm just saying like women want to be
Carlos,
kind of like
I lived in a
Carisha.
car in between a relationship.
You to
Rich
relax.
is a mindset. I decided to wake up and do better for myself because of my mind.
So would you know? So you're saying you knowingly would date a guy who doesn't have anything as long as he's emotionally
Yes,
intelligent?
because those are things you can get.
Okay.
Can you teach me something? Like my boyfriend now has
You
taught
would
me more
openly
about
date a
myself.
guy who's broke, like straight up. You know he broke right now.
Broke, but is he trying?
No, he ain't trying. He just
Exactly. And that's the problem.
You know what I'll say that? Because my daddy was broke once upon a time. Now my daddy owns a crib and
Shout
owns
out to your daddy.
No, my daddy is a real ass nigga. I don't care what nobody say. I love my daddy.
We love your daddy. Hell yeah.
But he's vulnerable enough to understand where he came from. He's from Chicago. Like
Right.
he's not gonna you know what I'm saying? He's not gonna tell me nothing wrong. He didn't been through his struggles. And now he's the type of man that other men look up to.
Sure.
That's why I respect him, and that's why I respect the charm man. My daddy loved my boyfriend.
But the reason why I'm asking a superficial thing is I think that when we live in today's world, we live in a climate where everything is shaped by our phones. And most women, especially black young girls in poverty, are looking for a guy who has money. So I think that the reason why I'm asking that is because is it realistic that a
No.
woman would attack a guy who's not has anything tangible for her, but he has emotional intelligence and
If you don't have any, like, if I have to babysit you and coddle you just to get you to where you need to be, even if it is financially, being emotionally available or intelligent is not going to make me want you anymore because you don't have any drive. Like, if you're not doing nothing for yourself and you don't have anything, those two don't go together.
Okay.
Like, I don't care how emotionally
Yeah.
intelligent,
not being
intelligent
rich,
you
but
are.
you gotta have
It's
something.
Yeah.
circumstantial. That's what I'm saying. Rich is a mindset. You cannot instill drive into a man. You can motivate him,
Yeah.
but it has to
What
be
if I
there.
told you could?
Then maybe you can.
I
But I'm
think
saying
you can.
it still has to be a seed plant. It
Yeah,
still
you
has to
have-
be
yep.
something there.
You
It
can
gotta
water
be
it.
a
Yeah,
bit
for
of
sure.
foundation. There got to be some soil or something.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yes, yeah.
I'm quiet because I done dated a lot of broke people.
I have too.
So don't ask
it
me
builds
nothing.
character. Like it builds
Don't ask me nothing about no broke man because I be loving them still.
All right, we got to get to some comments. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Y'all share this video. If you live with us, hit the share button, please.
I am dead.
If you rocking with us, hit the share button. If you want a book, hit Brooklyn up. She could get you a book online for sure. But if you if we saying something you like, hit the share button. Anitra Bridges is in the building. She says, "Hey TT T bruh."
Oh, no, my aunt's here. Hey.
Yeah.
She was calling you TT.
Tibra Jackson is on here. That's who she's
my
talking
aunt,
to.
yeah.
She says, "You're beautiful. F them." She says to you.
Period.
Larissa says, now that's a word. I think she's speaking of Brooklyn. Alyssa is in the building. She says, Brooklyn is one of my favorite people ever. Love you, girl. She's for the ladies. Dore Mia says, all they care about is money, but any man can have money, but not morals. And y'all have to be a man with money and skip a man with morals. Skip a man with morals and money.
You reading like Brandon.
Definitely read like Brandon. Rio says, I'm broke, but I'm trying. Shout out to Rio, man, doing this thing
my
out
boy.
there. Shout out to Rio Zepp doing this thing out there. I think it's more comments. Or maybe I can't
I
see them
can't
all.
see any comments.
I
don't
can
know.
only see the last two.
Yeah,
Brandy?
but yeah, it's cool. So the bad B words, it's not surface. It's internal, built through watching stuff, social
it's like
media. Carisha. I always use Carisha as an example because people want to be Carisha. The girls in the projects, the girls in the hood
Who
want to be
Who they
Carisha.
wanted to be before that?
Trina.
Shit, maybe
Nikki.
Well, no.
Nicki Minaj, Nicki Minaj. Bro.
No. Because Nicki was true. I feel like the stars that we had before that were like if you look at
Aaliyah.
them old videos, you see natural. You feel me? Like you don't see no BBLs like they just walk around the pool
Sure.
looking like me. You
Sure,
feel me?
sure,
But
sure.
I'm saying we had Ari. As soon as Ari and them come in,
Okay,
Jada
okay,
Waiter.
okay.
I want a rich
Yeah,
nigga.
you're right.
Da, 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 da,
Yeah,
da.
Jada, Ari,
That's
yeah.
where it came from.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
That, you know what I'm saying? So it's a smoke screen. Like there is. I'm trying to be nice, but it don't matter how cute you are. If you stupid, you simple. You simple, it's so frustrating to be ditzy as hell. Like, it's...
What do you mean? Ditzy, what do you mean?
Lack of common sense.
No, I know what it means, but I'm trying to get the context.
That is exactly it. Like, you have no...
Does she have to be smart?
Define smart.
Does she have to not be... So,
When you say she, who are you?
if I'm looking at the model of Ari, which I think she's super smart, I've heard her talk, and I think about Jada, which is, I don't know how smart she is, but I'm sure she's smart. She built a
Indeed. And
$1 million
I'm not
business.
saying these women
But-
are not smart, but I'm
But
saying...
what I'm only asking is, do
Yeah.
they have to be intelligent?
Okay, so those women are smart because they know how to utilize what they have to get where they are.
Right.
They rich. They did what they're supposed to do. I'm talking about the ones that we know that don't know who they are. That's chasing to be somebody that they're not.
Gotcha.
That's why everyone's so depressed. That's
Gotcha.
why everyone's so anxious. That's why everyone's
So drunk.
So drunk because you can. On my mama, and I was the drunk because when you don't deal with something, it deals with you.
Sure,
That's
sure.
why I had to calm down on drinking. Like I'll be very vulnerable for a
Yeah,
second.
because you was lit.
Hey,
You was lit.
Wait, you remember that wine bottle? What was that? Remember that one time in my living room with the wine bottle?
which time? Ooh. See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Share the video if y'all want the real story.
Hey, right.
Can I get the hearts and
I
likes?
got some shit that just don't never
Share the
hit
video.
internet. But I almost lost my liver at 26.
Wow.
Like from some other stupid shit I was doing. But like, okay, I'll just be completely vulnerable. This may be a trigger warning.
Which we
I
thank
tried-
you. Thank you so much for being vulnerable.
I tried to kill myself because I was so depleted because I did not know who I was. And I haven't had a relapse since 19.
Wow.
I'm 26. I mean, I'm 27, but when I did, I was 26. This is January of this year.
Wow.
So I got so down to a point that I don't know who I felt like I didn't know who I was, and I was putting too much pressure on myself to think I needed to be somebody.
Is it outward comparison back to you?
It was outward comparison. It was a mental health thing. It was feeling like I need to be who everyone thinks Brooklyn should be. And this is why I keep telling people, just exist as who you are in this moment. Like, the worst version of myself was who I was. So I had to embrace her and let her know, okay, cool, we gonna start from here. But if you don't start, you'll never get anywhere. And that's what I think a lot of people's fear is looking in the mirror and realizing you don't know yourself. But that's where the power lies. Because once you start, then you can get somewhere. Like, what's the phrase for
How do they
AA?
start? How do they start?
Admitting it.
Okay.
You got to admit you got a problem. That's why I said bad bitches anonymous. At least you can admit it to yourself. You ain't got to
Yeah.
admit it to your friends. If you want to still kick it with them and act like you a bad bee until you get to a point where you can come out and be like, girls, I think we need to have a talk. Cool. But you got to start with you first. You have to live with you. I lost my mind. Y'all don't got to be in my head. I'm with me 365 days a year,
Sure.
24 hours a day,
Sure.
7 days a week. So it's an internal thing. It's a fundamental thing. It's what is in you, like what you watch, what you see. That's why anybody that watch baddies, you gotta be slow. Sorry, no shade.
Just took a
When I
shot at
tell
the
you-
whole audience.
I'm sorry. I don't give a damn.
I don't watch it.
Y'all don't give a damn. But I'm just saying, it is so much.
That consumption creates your
yes,
normal.
exactly.
yeah,
like
yeah.
I had to stop watching Sisters.
I don't even know what that is.
It's Tyler Perry.
Oh,
and I was
yes,
just
that's where you went
exactly. But the
Hey,
perception.
Tyler Perry's lit. Black
I
man.
watch anything.
Wait,
Tyler.
hold on,
Tyler, we love you over
yeah,
here. If you want
wanna
to give us
see
a
it,
contract, sir, we
no
love you over
shade,
here.
But
Crazy
No,
Riot.
no, we don't.
No, I don't like the way he perceives
said
black
that.
women.
Damn, Tati.
I don't like the way he perceives black women.
or black men.
This
That's
is my
a
thing.
reality.
No, this is my
No,
thing
it's
about Tyler
not.
Perry.
It is made up.
No, this is my thing about Tyler Perry, and y'all can hate me for saying this. I don't care. Why is
Share
in
the video.
every movie and show that Tyler Perry make, a woman is getting her ass whooped
That's his-
mentally,
that's his
physically?
reality.
You doing
Stop
the bending?
doing that.
Like somebody
not?
gotta be gay.
Like, what is
Oh, so
going
you doing
on?
the
Why
bending,
can't we
like-
have a healthy black series or like movie where
Exactly
somebody
my point.
just
Y'all ain't gonna
winning?
watch it.
Yes, we are.
No, y'all ain't.
You know what my favorite show is?
Don't say y'all.
You think so?
You know what
Yes.
my favorite show is? Living Single.
Great show.
Living Single. It is
What was the other one too? The college one. What was it?
a different world.
Different
I
world.
was
I love
watching
old
Rugrats
shows like
till I
that
was like
because it's-
Y'all know that was a
yesterday.
spinoff of that show?
Yeah, of the college.
What is it?
Yeah, there's a spinoff.
different
of it.
world?
Living, you start over. Never mind.
A Different World is a spinoff from the Cosby.
Cosby.
She was
Yeah.
Okay,
talking
I
about
watched a
Living
different
Single.
world.
Yeah. It is different, but I like that. That's really good because we meaning this is why our generation is so important.
Like Moesha.
Because we've
Yes.
seen so many
was talking
different
The Parkers.
The
Yeah.
Monique was a
Professor
little
Ogilvy,
extra, but
I don't like how he did.
but it was cool. It was cool. But to that point, we consumed our normal was a little different.
Yeah.
So we've seen different generations of being outside, come home when the lights come on. You know what I mean? You know, we know a little bit of different reality. That's why our generations is so important. But I'll ask you guys this: is it when you think about a relationship, and this book kind of leads you in relationship advice? Should a relationship for a woman and a man be number one on the list in her life or in his life? Should the relationship be number one, or what number should it be as priority?
That's another one of those broad questions.
Yeah.
It's
I
like-
think
For you guys,
they
I'm
should
asking-
align with each other.
I specialize it real fast or simplify it real quick. The relationship needs to be 1 with God, 2 with yourself, 3 with the other person.
Okay.
That's where people
What? I
find
got kids,
themselves.
Brooke.
Fit them in somewhere. But look, I'm just saying.
I'm weak.
If you don't
So what if
have-
I don't believe in God? Let's just say I'm a regular person, not regular. If I don't have any spiritual connection, God is not going to lead me anywhere, not me. What should be the advice to the people that's watching?
To
Should it-
yourself.
to yourself.
Okay.
But to yourself of who you truly are, not who you
What
think
if
you should be.
Stupid, dumb question. How do I figure out who I am if I'm scared to even broach the subject? How do I do that?
I like to dig in my trauma. It's actually very like toxic.
Sure.
But that's the only way I know how to fix it is to go back to those moments that I've been pushing down, because that's why I didn't want to be in relationships. Swear to God, I thought I was just at the bar, minding my business. And it's 2 years later, but everything that I exactly
Three.
two. But everything that I tried to hide,
Fact checks here.
it just came out. It seeped out. Like, you ever try to close the door with all your stuff in the closet and it just
It
keeps
just can't
popping open?
close.
That's what happened.
That's
I'm
good.
like,
I
I
like
thought
that.
I shut all this shit 10 years ago.
I like that. I like
But it's little Brooklyn over here, like,
That's so good.
We're
Do
not-
you go ahead?
No. Go ahead.
Do you have to? And we talked about this before, where a man leading a woman is sometimes uncomfortable because he's leading her through her trauma.
whoo, I'm finna
So
start
she
running.
runs away from the leadership because he's forcing her to feel everything she doesn't want to
The
feel.
word you're looking
Yeah.
for is self-sabotage. Hey, it's me. I'm the advertisement.
Okay.
It's uncomfortable
Yeah.
because when you got to face you, nobody wants to do that. I don't want you especially to tell me about me.
Right,
And it's hard to actually accept, like, it is me.
Like, damn,
Dang.
it might be a little bit of truth behind
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
never
Yeah.
me.
Right. What they say in a breakup, it's not you, it's me.
it's
Like, no,
definitely
it's
you.
never me. But
But I also feel like you shouldn't engage in trying. This is why I say it's important to like date, because not everybody can bring that out of you. Not everybody can make you
Safely.
dig deep.
Safely.
Yeah, safely. And a lot of people be like, "Oh, you dating all these people," but you really you are supposed to date until you find the person that you're most compatible with.
Yes.
If I'm dating you and all we doing is hanging out, we going bowling, we going outside, and it's not leading no more. I can't like have a talk with you and really figure out what, like, who are you at your core? What are
Yeah.
your values? Like, what are your morals? Like, what is your relationship with your family? It's all that matters.
It's good.
And I think that's why a lot of relationships don't work out. A lot of marriages don't work
Is
out.
the compatibility important only in the safe place of the compatibility, or in the moments of trying to dig those moments that you have to be vulnerable? Where a guy's like, well, he know me so well, I can't not hide. Is that compatibility, or is it I'm safe, I don't need to come out of the closet per se? That's compatibility. Go ahead.
I'm sitting all of this out because I'm going through this right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I have no idea who I am still, right? I'm working on that.
it's a and that's another
Let's clap it
like,
up for Bri for that. Clap it up for Bri.
I'm confused, y'all.
I feel like drink champs. I feel like drink champs. Clap it up for Bri.
Like,
Clap
it's
it up.
coming. The
Take
journey
another
has
shot.
started.
Clap
I feel it. I feel
Yeah,
it. I
it do.
feel it.
No, that's
I feel
good.
like
That's
I'm really,
good.
really close. I feel very confident in where I am now
That's
compared
good.
to where I was yesterday, the day
Yeah,
before
and
that.
that's what matters.
And also,
That's
I feel
really
like
good.
a big thing about this whole, like, not even just relationships, as far as like a man and a woman, the people around me
Yeah.
right now. Like, I was crying literally on the phone yesterday. Like, I just feel so confused because I feel like nobody's on the same page as me or whatever. And I feel like that causes more confusion with me because it's like, okay, these are people I love. Do I shed them? Do I keep them? You know, it's just a lot
And
of
you might not even be
confusion.
on the page at all. The page might be right here.
I'm the books.
So
Yeah.
It might not even turn, you know?
Do y'all solicit advice from the people that y'all love? in your
No.
life?
So that's what I learned too. And then we'll go back to the original. Stop telling everybody everything. I used to need someone to validate my crazy ass thoughts so much. I had a Rolodex. I don't know if everybody know what a Rolodex is.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit old about the
Little
soul.
black book.
You feel me? I had a Rolodex. If this nigga don't answer, I'ma call her. If she don't answer, I'ma call her. I swear to God, someone gonna tell me something. And now I have something. I have 2 to 3 people that I call for multiple things. It's very short. And I know God has put them in my circle to guide me where he needs me to, because when you have too many people telling you about you, you can't even make an informed decision on your own. It was to a point where I'm at the store like, I don't know what color panties to get. Like, it was very
That
dependent.
starts at childhood, though.
It is exactly because I need someone to tell me.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Give me that a little bit.
For instance, my daughter, she cannot make a decision to save her life. And it is the scariest thing in the world, because I know it's because she's a people pleaser and she feels like she needs validation. And right now, I am the only one who she feels like she can get it from. We will be sitting together, hanging out, doing whatever, and she'll be like, she plays this thing called Dress to Impress. If you have a daughter, you know.
Oh, she's still.
How do you know that? Oh, yeah, she does.
Would they walk on the
I didn't know
runway?
that. Brooke, no. Huh?
Would they walk on the runway?
You pick an outfit, and in the
And they
game,
get judged?
in the game, they get judged,
My
and
daughter
she
plays that.
needs the perfect
Dang.
outfit to win,
That's
right?
tough.
It
It's
is.
like America's Next Top Model.
on the freaking iPad.
Yes.
I'm not joking, and she'll sit with me like,
You
"Mom,
should
this
delete that.
Yes, my daughter be like, how does this
is this
look,
eating
mommy?
the girls up?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, girl, I'm
Whoa.
yeah, girl, no." You know what I mean? But
Weak.
it's scary because I'm trying to, again, learning me, I'm trying to break that, because she's seen her mother people please for so long.
Wow.
She's seen her mom look for validation for so long, and we think we hide it. We think we know what
Wow.
we're doing as a parent, and we don't.
Wow.
And that's why I mean, like, it starts at a young age, and for me to know that I probably was the same way back then. I probably needed it, and nobody corrected it. Nobody recognized it. They just fed it. Oh, it's great. Everything's great. Pick that
Wow.
one. I be telling her, no.
Wow.
Red or blue, Mom. Figure it out on your own.
But you know what? I think that also comes from having your choice taken away from you. Because I feel like growing up, if I didn't, everybody know, I don't know if everybody in this room has dealt with it, but I'm pretty sure most families dealt with, you ain't hungry if you ain't eat what we got at home. And it's like, you know I don't eat this.
Yeah.
Like, why I gotta eat what we got, and you know this ain't even in my diet, and I'm a picky eater. So the way
As a kid?
yeah.
Okay.
And I think that, and not to say anything towards my parents, because they raised me.
Shout out to your
great,
parents.
for sure.
Some real
And I
OGs.
love them. We have a great relationship. But
But
I
she
feel
didn't
like
want to eat them peas.
I didn't. My dad used to make this
And they
dish. It
knew
was
it.
jambalaya, and I hated shrimp and sausage. I would only eat the chicken.
Girl, you
I
was
would be putting
privileged.
it in
You
my
didn't even
brother's.
Because he made it too much?
Baby, no.
Oh, you just didn't like that?
No, I didn't like it. I didn't like sausage. I was a very picky. If y'all know, you've
Well,
seen
as
how
a
skinny
kid,
I
that
was.
makes sense.
I was tiny. I didn't eat.
So there's
No.
still hope, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. You just gotta eat, girl.
You eat. What are you talking about?
You're
No.
fine the
but-
way you are.
I am, but I could use a little bit more in the back.
I
I
can
can
feel you on that one.
Don't go
They
Carisha.
selling it. I'm just saying.
Carlos.
No, I agree with that, though.
Yeah, but I
agree
combat
with
that with giving my kids choices. Like, people be like, I would literally go out and I ask my kids what they want to eat. If they all want different things and they
stopping
all
at
on
all
the same
three.
trip, we
Yeah.
going everywhere. I don't ever want to take away your decision.
Boy,
Make
God
sure-
bless your
Wait, let me ask you a question.
I like
Let
that.
me ask you
Well,
a
that's
question.
tough.
Before we
Go ahead. We finna
it's one
switch
thing I
gears,
want to
too.
say.
Share this
I
video.
have something on my wall that reminds me. Do I trust myself more than I trust others? And that's how I always bring it back full circle. I even had one of the people that I call be like, call yourself and call the Lord and figure it out.
Yeah.
And hung up on me. And I was like, well,
I like
okay,
that.
cool.
I like
Because
that. But
sometimes you
seriously,
need that.
Because it's
You
your
gotta make a choice
decision.
for
It's
yourself.
not someone else's.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
also,
Okay.
oversharing is so dangerous. And it's something that I do almost like subconsciously.
It's a
Oversharing. And then
childhood.
as soon as somebody throw it back in my face, I'm mad and I want to fight.
I've learned that even when it's not intentional trying to throw it back, you're just regurgitating
Yeah.
fact back.
Yeah.
They're like, why are you throwing? I'm like,
Yep.
oh, I'm not trying to damage you with it.
It's a fine
You know.
line between the two.
No,
because
it's fine as hell.
You can use it to correct me. Do not use it to corrupt me. Like, don't use
Attack
it to
me.
condemn me.
Yeah.
But would you agree that decision is on you?
Yes.
The corrupt and correction ain't got nothing to do with me. It's got something to do
I
with
agree
you.
with that.
With the person that you've told, or
But I'm
me
trying to-
telling them something.
If I'm bringing it back to you, what you told me about you.
It depends on the utilization. How are
Yeah.
you?
Of course, if
Yeah.
I'm beating you up with it, of course, no. But if I'm giving it to you in a sense of trying to reference, hey, look, remember, we woo, woo, woo.
Okay, so I'll put it into perspective.
that can still trigger somebody.
I'm hard-headed as hell, okay?
Facts.
Relax.
Dang.
Ooh, I felt that
Why
all
you
the way
say
over
that
here.
Trigger here. Another
Set that strong.
crazy trigger warning. Go ahead.
Woo! But I'm hard-headed, right? I've always been a kid that if the stove hot, I got to put my hand on it, jump in it. Like, I need to figure it out myself.
For sure.
A lot of people can hold me. I don't have a problem being held accountable. But watch how the hell you say it.
Exactly.
But sometimes the only way I can take it is if you give it to me like this. Like, and I won't like you for a while, but then I come back and be like, you know what?
That's trauma.
Exactly.
That's what we were just talking about, that the hypersensitivity.
I'm not even hypersensitive
I am.
because I will cuss you out.
I've learned
and then-
that I'm hypersensitive for sure.
Yeah. It's the way you
I
say
am.
it.
I know I am.
Can someone get a Webster dictionary, a hyper definition
Look it
of
up.
the hypersensitivity?
Like, you're overly
Look it up, Bri.
sensitive. Like, let's say that you told me something out of love. The way I received it, it feels like rejection, or like you're like you're like overreacting
You
to it because, and then you
personalize
get in your head.
everything.
Sure.
Everything
Not
is
you.
personal.
Y'all want me to get off the podcast?
No. You're not doing it.
I know,
But
I'm
I'm saying,
No,
like,
she
I
does
feel
it.
what you
She does it. She
I
does
feel
it.
what
She
you're
does it.
saying, because sometimes, like, when I ask my friends, I'd be like, do I want to hear the hard truth or do I want to hear the medium soft truth?
The
You want to
lukewarm.
look, bro?
want the
You want to hear the
lukewarm?
hard truth right now? I'm about to tell y'all how I know she hypersensitive, but I am as well. Me and Brooke was like this
Uh-oh.
for like a good.
Hold on. Before, keep the story. Y'all gotta share the video for the tea. Listen, man. Listen. I always tell y'all on the show, listen, if y'all watching us right now, y'all enjoying the show, hit the share button, okay? Don't be a hater, okay? Just hit the button.
Right,
Because
you
the
ain't gonna
button
lose no money
the button
sharing it.
helps us get more viewerships, helps us get more subscription, helps us get more money. God damn it. If you want to see us rich and you don't want to be a hater with your trauma in your life, share the video. Hit the share
They said
button.
read the comments.
Please. We're gonna read the comments in a second, y'all. But I read them while you tell the story. All right. So Filthy, shout out to Filthy Shavo in the building. He said, see, that's what I'm talking about. He says that. Jerry's in the building. Shout out to Jerry Bevy's in the building. She finna
that's
start
my
a program. She finna start a podcast.
Y'all go watch the Bevels podcast. Sorry, is that a shameless plug? I don't care.
That's good. No, that's good. That's family. Filthy Shavo says, make your own decisions, even if you're scared it's the wrong one. You grow by learning, and how can you learn if you have people making decisions for you? Great
Okay,
stuff. Shout out to him.
I didn't even know you had a brain, my boy.
She ain't mean to turn.
Franklin Todd says, proud of you, Brooklyn. Anitra says, me, blue baby. I don't know if it's her sister.
Nene, get off the podcast.
Shavo says he used to be the same way. Shavo said he need his cut. We got you, bro. We got you. Yeah, we got you on the cut side. I got a $15 for you. So, Bri, tell a story where y'all fell out.
We didn't. Okay, relax.
Did she say that?
I'm joking. I'm
It's
joking.
a lot
I'm
for
like,
me to
did
be
she
an
say
adult.
that?
Trauma here.
I forgave Bri about a year ago because that year before
didn't.
that.
She didn't.
Yes, I did.
Come on, give me the
It didn't
story.
feel like,
Give us the
okay,
story.
we're gonna do a very brief, very
Renee,
cute,
what's up?
Very cute one.
No, give it to us raw.
No, we were very, very close at one point in time, and I almost felt like we trauma bonded. I felt like we were both. She saw me out of like my people. She saw me at my worst, and I feel like there were times where I saw her at her worst as well, and I feel like outside of the exact situation, that's kind of what
Kept us
You know what I mean?
in.
Like we trauma bonded, and then that same thing, being able to see each other like that was like, oh no,
It's
I
like that
can't.
Spider-Man meme. So that's what we were doing every time we got on the phone.
But I've always rooted for Brooke, and Brooke has. Let me just say this: taught me so much. Taught me so much. This right here, you remember? Whatever. She has taught me so much, and I feel like she's such a good person. But that trauma bonding was it was hard for me because I'm looking at her and I'm seeing me, and I
Wow.
feel like she's looking at me and she's seeing, and we just. I feel like that's. Am I wrong or right?
No, you're right.
You feel like that's like.
Yeah, because I looked at Brianna like a older.
Come on, man.
No, like in a.
Big dog.
Like an older sister. Like I'm okay. So
She's old.
I got a whole bunch of families. I'm really an only child. Like my real mom only had me. So when I connect with other women, I look at you like
Family.
a family. I've always had to create my own family. So I respected Bri in a way where I just hated the environments that you were in because you're so much greater than the people that you
I
surround
agree.
yourself
I agree
with.
1,000%.
Pew, pew, pew,
Yeah, yeah,
to
for sure.
whoever the hell that's for, but I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah.
Because you flourish so differently, AK, but
Right,
you
right.
flourish so
What the nigga be doing? I said, get big dog.
He's about to drum out.
What you talking about?
But I just think there's so much more for you, and I think the version of me now was somewhere in there and saw that version of you too. So
I feel the same way about you, by the way. And I mean, not even like, Cause I wasn't really close with anybody that you were close with. I just feel like the space you were in, and it's like she would get on social media and be so great, and then we would come back to my house and we would drink the biggest bottle of wine we could buy, and we thought we were fine.
For $10,
we thought we were fine. Like we thought we were okay. It's crazy. We were not okay
at all.
But I do want to say
so
that
how did y'all fall out?
Why you being messy?
I want to know. People want to know.
You know what? I'm gonna be accountable in this moment because
that's not messy. That's just a reality.
I'm gonna be accountable.
Oh, okay. Let's
We've
go.
We've never had this conversation.
This is what the Crazy Ride Show does.
And she kept ignoring me.
Why did I keep ignoring you?
You shut up. There was a situation that I couldn't blame anybody that needed to be blamed because if I did, then I would have to be accountable in staying in that situation. And so it was easier for me to blame people that were close to it. That's my best way to explain it without getting messy.
No, I get it. Running from yourself, pointing at the closest person that's right there.
And Brooke, I didn't even really want to like blame her, I don't think, but it was just like, easy. You know what I mean? Just me being a terrible person at the time and not knowing anything about a friendship or boundaries. Or I told y'all this last week, like I don't have boundaries and I realize I don't respect other people's boundaries either.
Is it too late to create boundaries at your age?
No, not at all.
Never.
The only thing is that you have to realize that that's going to shed a lot of people, like I said, because when I begin creating these boundaries, now everybody looking at me like, what? You don't want to go to
Since
Frank's?
when?
Like, no, I don't want to go to Frank's
Like, you
tonight.
acting weird.
You know
No, I'm
what I mean?
acting grown.
Exactly.
Is that age or is age associated with boundaries?
I
think?
definitely think it's experience.
No?
I think it's
If that's the
experience.
case, people my age,
Yeah.
right? What are they doing every weekend? Not to say it's nothing
No, I
wrong
mean,
with
like
that.
the older you get, the more boundaries you realize you got to create.
I think it's all about experience.
Experience
I feel like
is wisdom.
Yeah, I feel like if I would have
Which is
never
kind
been
of
through.
age.
No, it's not.
No, I've had experiences
We
at 16
10 years apart.
It's tough.
Damn,
For her.
I'll
She's
push,
16.
I'll push back on it a
26.
little bit. Yeah, y'all
Like,
older.
wait, what?
Yeah, it's 10 years. It's a sawbuck. It's a sawbuck between you.
But that's why a lot of people don't know my age.
But are
because
you
of my
disciplined? Are you
experiences.
more disciplined?
Hell no. I mean, I'm okay.
Wait,
my
what's the
desires
question?
Well,
is my difference for discipline, right? I don't go outside unless everything is taken care of in my crib. Like I don't go out of town.
That came with what?
That came out of my own desires, not discipline.
No, I'm saying
no
Experience.
It came out of experience. It came out of my wants, right? I could still be outside and still take care of business. It's not like
Okay.
Okay, here's the perfect example in my mind, right? You literally are in the industry of entertainment, but
Yes.
you don't drink. You don't, like, you won't drink. That's because in your, well, maybe I could be wrong, but I feel like in your experience, you've seen what it does to people. Am I right?
No.
No? Why you don't drink? You don't want a shot?
It's too deep. No, I'm just playing.
Okay.
No, I like the way I feel all the time. I don't want nothing to change how I feel. I want to be in control.
Well,
of it.
boo, I didn't make a point. Whatever.
really.
Yeah.
I like
right.
to
See, I was
drink.
always
So you
scared
didn't
to
have
drink.
a bad experience that you seen somebody overly
No,
lit?
hell no.
Okay, well, I assume that maybe you just saw what it does to, like.
See, that's the
you know what I
that's
mean?
why you got to
No.
ask. I still was in awe of you. I commend you because
Like, he's so
I
amazing.
tried to come outside. I got out the hospital and I was after this year. Remember I told you I almost
Walk it
lost
slow,
my liver,
walk it
right?
slow,
I
walk it
almost lost
slow,
my
Brooke.
liver, right?
Yes, you did.
That's the thing that filtrate all the other shit. I didn't know he was that important. I had fucked him up.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
doctor was like, "What else did you do?"
Right.
I was like, "I might drink here and there." He said, "Stop." I said, Went to 11:19.
It turned
No,
up.
you didn't. No, you didn't.
Man.
Was that when you had on the boots and the vest? You look so cute.
No, I went home that night. I was
The
bored as
boots-
hell.
the boots
But on
and
my
the vest.
birthday, someone said, "It's your birthday. Take a shot." I mean, it's my
I was
birthday.
there.
take a
I was
shot.
there. I remember.
Exactly. When
You
I
was
did the
decent
switch-
when I was there. When I left,
Exactly.
you was.
You need to relax.
I saw a video
But-
2 hours. I said, damn.
But I wanted to stop drinking because of like what I've seen it do to other people. My real mom was an alcoholic.
Wow.
And she used to turn the fuck up. So I always said I didn't want to be her. But we always say we don't want to be like somebody and don't understand that just because you don't want to do it doesn't mean you don't have to address what's already in you. So
And I think the cool thing about what Bri just did, and maybe what you just did, is say, well, I know the reason why the reason you're being disciplined is because something bad. Right? Like you said, I think Tish said on the first show she was on, she said, well, I gotta not like you to stop. So it's creating that negative connotation
Yeah.
to create distance
Yeah.
versus it being something has
Positive.
nothing to do with that. It's just, outwardly positive, or maybe not even positive. It's just not something that's dirty or negative on why you have to be disciplined. But that's trauma, where you could only create a space
Yeah.
through division, like you just said. I knew I was wrong.
Yeah.
So I'll create the division through confusion versus love. I
That's
love
the
you. That's
mindset.
okay. Stay away.
That's the
We ain't got to
mindset.
be friends like that. I love you so much. I'll see you when
Well,
I see
I didn't
you.
want her to stay away, but it was too late. I had already messed it up.
I know. You
You
dropped
know
the
how
ball.
you started arguing, you already knew you was wrong 5 minutes ago.
gotta
Like,
keep
you
going.
gotta
You gotta
keep going.
What does that feel like? I want to know that because I've been in that situation.
It feels
in a
horrible.
relationship, you know you're wrong. Why don't you just say you're bogus?
You know what I used to do? I'm using my brother as an example. We got into an argument over a misunderstanding. I misread his text message. And I'm like, you really like talking to me like this? Like, it was crazy. And at some point, it was like, he's not making sense to my response. He keeps reiterating his point, but it's not making sense in my mind. I go back and read the message like, you idiot, you read it wrong.
Comprehension
You think
is-
nah, guns blazing. Hey, you ain't even have to come at me. Now I'm a new argument. You ain't even have to
Don't
approach
start
me
it
like
off.
that. Like, you could have said it this way. Ooh, I'm like,
What is that?
I don't know, you triggered me.
You triggered your
yourself.
damn self.
Right.
Triggers. I was gonna say, you can only be
yourself.
You
triggered
shot the
if
gun
you
at
let
yourself.
yourself be
Goddamn.
triggered.
It was because my brother's the type of person where he doesn't have a filter. The way he says things, it's very blunt. Like, he doesn't, I don't know that he doesn't have a, like, I don't know that he thinks about how people perceives the thing he says. So I think he just says it.
You
He
was
doesn't
already
mean
on
any ill
defense.
intent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thinking that he was gonna say something slick, so
Yes.
you already had to be on his. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like the approach in which he said it. It was like just a plain text message, and the way the way I received it, I was like, "Who he talking to? You think you're gonna tell me what I gotta do?
Right.
No." But he was just giving me an option on how I can handle the situation.
And again, I'm looking for clarity. It's 3 girls, 3 women on here, and I'm a guy. When the moment comes for that, maybe correction in a relationship, or is it connected to what is the admitting the wrong connected to? Because I believe that, especially in infidelity, a woman is always most likely right in a relationship as far as cheating goes. The guy's the corporate. He's the guy. You did something wrong. But imagine if the girl was doing something wrong. You were doing something wrong in the relationship. Will you accept that same responsibility as the man needs to accept at being wrong? Because most cases he cheated, he did whatever. You took him back. But then you do something. But are you using all of those 6 times up to your once?
Tap me in, coach. From being in a relationship, I've understood that there are worse things you can do than cheating. And this sounds crazy as hell, but I'm about to tell you why. Lack of accountability, lack of comprehension, no communication skills, no emotional empathy, no connection. There are worse things in a relationship that can fail a relationship than cheating. Honestly, at this point, cheating is more simpler than everything else.
Y'all
And
agree with that?
that's how I feel. I mean, honestly, don't cheat on me because I'm gonna hit your ass in the head with a cast iron skillet. But I'm just saying, my parents got bail money.
So is it
That's
something?
already-
You're saying it's something far worse than infidelity?
Yes, but
Okay.
that's what people look at surface level because you only sleeping with somebody. So when they sleep with someone else, that's the only connection you got to them. So your feelings hurt because they didn't put it in
So
somebody else.
well, I'm gonna let y'all
I
respond.
think that's that double standard because it's not that big of a deal when men do it because we know emotionally they're not really connected to
Yes,
a female.
it is.
It's not all the time.
Yes,
I
it
feel like men
is.
can go out and see a female they're attracted to and just sleep with her because
I
the
don't care.
opportunity
And I'm
presents
gonna
itself.
crucify your ass the same way you will crucify me.
Yeah, but I feel like when women do it, it's more tied to we mentally like we got to know this man.
You
Like
a hoe.
No, I'll tell you a story. I
No,
cheated
that's-
on
that's
my
what I
ex.
meant.
You need to relax.
I don't give a damn. I cheated on that nigga.
my sound
I
effects.
went to I went out of town.
Don't tell the
And
story.
Please
What
don't.
you gonna do? Beat my ass?
Pull up.
Shit.
I didn't know you did all that.
Yes,
you
he
done went
did.
on that show
He
and
found out
said
on my birthday. But he found out
weak.
on my birthday. Went through my phone, me and my best friend messages, whatever. I don't care. He had cheated on me multiple of times, okay? And my dumb ass there, I'm in love. I thought, fucking did see. I cheated on that nigga back. He was like, okay, it's one time. Okay, I forgive you. Like, I understand. He went and bought me a ring and shit. I must
Damn.
slip up. On my birthday, I must
You
slip
slipped
up
up
and
and
said
did
something.
what?
I said something like, yeah, it was only a couple times I stayed with him for like a week. And
You
he was like,
smoked.
bitch.
Oh, you smoked.
you went from one to a
Then he
couple.
wanted to kill himself.
No, because he justified it in his mind. Like, once, that's it, cut. You put the whole Haramdi on there. He wanted to shoot you.
Don't start nothing you can't finish.
That's
That's
tough,
all
bro.
I'm
That's why I'm
screaming.
talking about that double standard.
This stand your ass on. Don't start
That
nothing you
men
can't
be
finish.
quick when it come to you cheated, you just
You
a
a
hoe,
hoe.
you
Well,
this.
you guys could
a hoe
agree.
too.
So you not?
Well, y'all could agree that it's harder for y'all to cheat on men.
No, not every woman.
Listen. Don't be.
I don't know if
Not
my
every
It's
woman.
harder.
I said that shit
Maybe
too
that's
quick.
the wrong word. It's harder for women to step out on their guy physically.
No.
Some
Is
women
this
do
on?
it.
No.
Why do you think that?
Zach, turn the live off.
No, why do you think that?
Some women can do that,
No,
easily.
Come on, just stop giving
Why
me
you
this.
think just because your stuff don't
Hold
work,
on,
my stuff don't work?
Pause for a second, please. Just don't say anything stupid, okay? Because
Oh
y'all
my
walking down the path of saying something stupid.
You started it.
It's harder
Now we finna
for
say something
women to cheat on a man. It's not harder like access.
Where's
I'm saying
the
it's harder
Carfax?
for you to emotionally.
Where's the Carfax?
Could you listen to what I'm saying, Brooklyn?
I'm sorry. Let me turn my listener ears on.
Please. It's harder not in the sense of access to men. It's harder for you to detach yourself from a man you love and go sleep with another man.
Oh, yes.
No, it ain't.
Okay. Yes for me.
Personally,
no
for me,
Brooklyn.
yes.
Jesus Christ.
I'll
got
be
a
in
bad
love.
conscience.
I'll be in love, and I have been in a relationship before where he did every single thing he can do. Let your imagination run, and I never did anything back.
Right.
I never cheated back. I never
This is the
did
problem.
anything back. That is, I don't know.
No,
if
that's
it's-
you, Brianna. I'm saying
Most women are in that space.
Because women
the ones
look
that are
at
not
sex
are
as a form of intimacy.
Thoughts.
Shut up, Carlos.
I'm not saying I haven't cheated before.
I know. I'm not saying you
Okay.
haven't. I'm saying that decision that you made.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying. Let me compare
saying
it. Let me
cheat back.
compare it to Tish's point. When a man go have sex with a woman and he has a girl, there is no thought. There is no like, oh my God, until he really love her. That's when a man knows.
camera on me?
Brooklyn, listen. When a man goes and cheats on his girl, like his main girl, he only doesn't do it when he thinks about his girl. He only doesn't go to that girl crib when he think about, damn, I love my girl so much, I don't want to do this.
Okay, so you
the
must
moment,
be-
if I could finish,
Okay.
the moment that he go and cheat is when his girl has to be, they got to be at odds, some argument happened, something where he can justify breaking her heart by saying whatever he gonna say.
Some men just do
Something broke off, he could go fuck. Most niggas. Now some niggas can just hara, you feel me, and just do what they do. They some goofy.
What is with this word?
Haram di hara. Fuck you talking about. Y'all know what I'm saying. But what the point is,
Can you finish, please?
okay, but the point of what I'm saying is that the woman's decision is here. When she go cheat, she's thought about something,
Right,
and that's what
out.
made her feel justified to go do it, not just going to have sex with a nigga.
Tell me in.
Let me just say this really quick. Years ago,
Disclaimer.
when I did
Couple
cheat,
years ago.
it was because I love both of them.
Okay,
They was both my
Plot
men.
twist.
Shout out to
We
them.
was getting
Now that I can
married.
understand.
So did you cheat on both of them?
Tish, next question, Tamika.
Wait, okay, tap me back in, coach. Tap me back in. Sex is sex, and I think we put too much into it because, honestly,
Come on,
the one
Brooklyn.
thing I
Don't
learned.
walk heavy now.
I'm about to get on her too.
The one thing I learned getting older, I take it to the Bible. When God told us to wait till marriage to have sex, that's the only thing I regret in my life is not waiting until I got married to have sex because sex opens up so many goddamn confusions,
Sure.
so many opportunities for it opens up shit that we shouldn't be dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we associate sex with emotion.
Yeah.
Sex is sex. I can sleep with any nigga.
That's your nature.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
are sex is a form of reproduction.
For y'all, yes.
Intimacy is a different thing. That's not something you get with every person. I could sleep with
Right.
every nigga I done slept with. I've slept with different. They are not experiencing the same
Sure,
orgasm and vice versa.
Sure.
It's a form. It's not a form of intimacy.
I don't know. Y'all always do. I don't know what that means.
I clock that T.
Okay,
But
okay.
we look at sex too deeply. Like, don't get me wrong, sleeping with somebody else is a ultimate offense because now you putting me in jeopardy.
Can you just
and you
willy
me in
nilly
jeopardy.
just have sex with somebody?
If I want to, yeah. My shit work the same
I'm
way
saying,
your shit
can
work.
you? Not if
If
you
I
want.
decide to, yes.
You see why
I'll
that's
be
a
in
choice?
love with
You see
everybody.
that?
Everything is
Okay.
a choice.
No.
Anybody will
Nigga
cheat.
see your ass,
Let
ain't
me
no
tell you
choice. He like,
something.
"Damn, that bitch think I'm
Let me
trying to
tell you
fuck."
something.
Ain't no like,
Anybody
let
will
me
take
think
the
about it.
opportunity to cheat if it presents itself, if that's what they want to do.
No, it's not true.
If that's what they want to do, they mind already made up.
No, it's not true. It's not true.
Okay,
You seen
tell us,
Temptation
Carlos.
Island? Have y'all seen Temptation Island?
didn't watch
That's
that.
a perfect example
Go ahead.
of men that are in committed relationships. They decide to break up for 2 weeks and be tempted by other men and women to see if they're actually faithful to their partner. Now,
The
when
stupidest thing
when
ever.
the option presented itself,
'Cause you
some
gonna
of
do
these
it.
men cheated, even though they were
I'm
technically
saying
single.
the nature-
they went and had sex with these women.
But that's nature. That's a nature thing.
what is
They
nature?
wanted to do it.
When Eve
Listen,
wanna go do
y'all
it?
gotta listen. Y'all gotta
she
hear me
said
out.
if they want to do it already.
The wanting part is premeditation. me wanting. It's natural.
No, it ain't.
Brooklyn, I'm a man. I'm trying to tell you.
You're one of the men in a billion of this damn world.
No, G. It's
yes, G.
Listen to what I'm saying. You just said your nature is to love a guy, right? It's to have sex with emotion,
No,
right?
I didn't.
That's women's.
Can y'all run that shit back? No, I didn't.
Brooklyn, what you just said was the choice. You said that you could just have sex. Sex is sex, right? We know that you may be an aberration, that you're the exception here by saying that you can choose to have sex without any emotion.
The problem is y'all don't think that a lot of women can do that. That's why niggas be in their feelings.
You ain't hearing what I'm saying.
I must not be.
Of
My
course you
comprehension ear is not
can
on.
do it. Of course you can do it. But the nature of a woman is not that.
So
of course you
what
can.
you're saying is it's okay because the nature of a man
I didn't
is
say
to
it was
sow
okay.
his wild oats.
No, you ain't hearing me. No.
I'm not hearing you. So what
I
are
would
you
love for
trying
you to let
get?
me finish my
Hell
sentence.
no. What are you trying to get from this specific question? Like, are you
It's
trying
not
to
a question.
prove something?
I'm trying to tell you that a man.
So you're trying to change my mind about something I'm not going to change it about.
I think that if you would not speak for 10 seconds, you would be totally fine.
And this is my problem. Okay, go ahead.
Definitely facts. What I'm saying is it's two people, it's two different species. A man and a woman are totally different. They're wired differently. When I said a woman makes a choice to have sex with someone that she likes, it's thought. It's a cerebral thought. The emotion is gone, in a sense, because when a woman loves a man, that's this heart. When she cheats on him, that's this. She doesn't do that with this. She does that with this. When a man loves a woman, he loves her with this, but when he cheats on her, he's cheating on her with this.
I'm gonna start itching.
He's not
Has it
cheating
been 10
on her.
seconds yet?
I'm not done. He's not thinking about it. This is love. Now I'm gonna give y'all love from a man. The man loves his woman when he can say, damn, that bitch raw. I gotta love my girlfriend. I cannot cheat on her because I love her. It's not about, oh my God, I love her so much. It's just a nature
It's been
thing.
30 seconds.
Now go ahead.
Thank you. God damn, I've been itching.
Don't
Carlos,
scratch.
You done made 26 different points, and I understand.
Same point I said.
But I understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
But the double standard is that a woman does not have to be emotionally attached with a man to sleep with him. It doesn't have to be a mental thing to sleep with him. My shit
I just
work
said that.
the same way your shit, right? So it don't have to do anything with anything. A man can.
I'm saying in most cases,
But you're saying
you're
that
the aberration at the
natural-
table.
They'll probably say the same shit too.
No, you're
Okay,
saying that
Tiff,
I love
You mean to
everybody.
tell me-
I be in love.
ain't no woman just fucking no nigga. Just
I'm
because
sorry, I have to disagree because I can't.
they can't just fuck. Women are not wired. And I said you're the aberration at the table, which means it could be a majority someone else.
I'm not, and I'm also not
Yeah, I'm not
disagreeing with
disagreeing
you.
because
I don't
know
think you're
people that
wrong.
can
You're
do
not
that.
wrong.
But I want to
Yeah.
read some comments,
Go ahead,
though,
go ahead.
so y'all can stop arguing.
We're not arguing. We're having good debate. Good debate.
Okay, Wayne Springs said, women cheat with dudes they actually want to be in a relationship with. Men cheat and it will be no connection to the woman. And then Chavo was like, you know that. I feel like that was his voice. And then, and then Wayne also said, women plan their cheating out for sure. Men are just impulsive. I don't want to say her name wrong. I always say it wrong.
Let me see.
DeGracia. Great. Call her Gray.
That's what I want to, but I be wanting to say Gra.
That's
You
Gray.
keep making these noises.
Gray.
Gray said, I don't believe that sex is not just sex. Shout out to her because she is 3 years celibate. Love that for you, queen.
Bless her heart.
Jerry says it should be deep. Sex is not just sex. That's the work way. That's the work way.
Like a sex worker.
A sex worker.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, that's pew.
Jerry also says, I ain't sharing
Not
myself
you.
with anybody, and I ain't doing what no man or no one does because I can. Cache Love says, sounds like men nature is to just FB words, yuck.
I have so many points. to
Tira
bring back
says,
to that.
women are more likely to equate sex with love and intimacy than men. Not all women, not all men, but we are generally conditioned to be that way. Who are fairy tales geared to?
That's exactly what I was saying.
Manolo says, she ain't listening to nothing you saying, Lowe's.
She ain't. She showing the hell ain't.
I like, what the hell?
People with high body counts look at sex as a sport. Why would you delete that right when I was reading it? You did that.
So whoever said about the way that we equate sex is what I was referring to. Sex is sex, and I think we put too much. It is super intimate to lay down with somebody and give your body to somebody else. But I think when we just look at the only way you can connect with somebody else in a way of having sex, that's where the problem is. That's why so many females' feelings be hurt, because when a nigga used to cheat on me, I was mad that you would sleep with somebody else, but I was mad because you're giving a piece of you to somebody else, not just your sex, because I know it comes with time.
Right.
I know it comes with emotions. I know it comes with mental.
Hiding your phone so you could text her in my couch. Sorry.
Whoa.
Are you okay?
Whoa.
Woo! But I think it's not, sex is sex, but sex is not love. And I think that's
For
where
women, sex
It's not.
is emotion.
Let me say
Brooklyn.
this before y'all start again. Promiscuity and infidelity are also trauma responses. People are making a choice from unhealed places, which I completely agree.
I disagree.
I completely
I disagree
agree.
with the doctor. I
disagree
love
with that,
Ashley.
but
No,
you-
listen. Let me tell you why I disagree.
Wow.
I think this is good. I think a truly sane man, no trauma, 2-parent home, cool. Cheating and infidelity is about the woman. That's what. But again, let me flesh it, G. But I can understand why. I can get why a woman could be like, "Damn, it's about me," because I know men that they've cheated on their wives or whatever. They've been through all this trauma. Now they want to be faithful. To me, that's a lot of trauma that you got to go through to get there. So to that point, yes. But the point of what I'm saying is that the woman that I'm with, you or whoever I would be with, is the reason I'm not going to cheat on you. That's the reason why I'm not going to go fuck a bitch. My natural thing is to conquer. It is to, oh my God, it is that. But the self-control and discipline comes from my partner, the connection that I'm with. But I can get where Ashley's saying, like, it's got to be internal for you, become whole as a man. Yes, but I still believe that whole man wants to have sex with women.
I think for me,
but
I
his
agree.
discipline stops him. You know what
I
mean?
agree with Ashley because, like I said, years and years ago, when I did have a situation and it was an accident,
long
time ago, I was only in that space to go to the other guy that I was also in love with because the guy that I was like really serious with, he would like do the most crazy things and then he would go missing for like 2 weeks.
Create the separation.
Exactly. He would go missing and now he like, we're broken up.
But what is
and
that? An opportunity. So when an
Just the
opportunity
emotions
presents itself, but that's what I'm saying.
Y'all talk about me or him?
Both of y'all.
I'm talking about in general.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying the sex is sex thing because we equate that with love. Love is a choice.
But she made an emotional
You
decision.
have to choose, and that's the problem. Love is not an emotion. It is a choice. You got to choose. Love is based off an emotion, but it's a consistent choice. I got to wake up every day when I don't like your ass, but I have to choose to still love you. That's what it is.
No. The love to have, I'm saying women, back to the original premise. She just said she had to disconnect. Listen, Brooke.
I can't.
She had to disconnect her emotions from one guy. I actually said that before she said it. Where you have to, I said that the separation of something has to exist. So the opportunity, as you said, creates itself.
It doesn't
but
even
it's
have
only
to be
created.
a separation.
I think two things
Y'all
can be true.
Of course.
Exactly.
No,
Y'all
I'm
can
not
be
saying.
good.
I didn't say that. That's every case. I'm saying that the emotion can't be tied. She can't love them both equally without a separation to go have sex with another guy.
I did
no,
love
No,
both
you
of
just
them.
said something happened to make you go do
But
it.
I still
But she
love
still
both
loved
of
him.
them.
Of course, I'm saying something emotional.
If you're watching
happened.
this.
Tell the guy hit us up.
Spin the bag.
She's trying to spin the block with the guy.
Come to the
I
show
She's
definitely,
next
I
ready.
definitely feel both of y'all pointing two things
I
definitely can
agree
be
with
true.
what you're saying with the opportunity.
Yeah, neither of y'all are wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more common for your point
Yeah, for
than
sure.
yours.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people can't see sex as just being sex because of the label that comes with it. A lot of people not gonna move like that because you also live in a time where everything on social media, people are leaking stuff. Like it's like you can go on Facebook and there's a video in the comments. Like, and I think a lot of people are like, nah, I don't want to be perceived that way, and I don't want that to happen to me. So a lot of people look at sex and it's like it's more than that.
Because
It's more than that for me.
Sex is the only thing that you have with a man. Y'all get up or whatever the case is. There's no intimacy. Into me, you see. There's nothing there.
Girl, that was deep.
I don't know where I
ain't
seen
never
it
heard
at.
that.
I don't know where I saw
Ain't
this shit
that.
at. But when
Clip that moment.
no, but let me hold you.
Touch it,
I
bring
was
it.
like, damn. I'm gonna go home. Oh, my mama, y'all got me.
The Millennial Tour starring Brooklyn, Mattison, and Amarion.
But no, for real, There's nothing else that's all you have. So a lot of young females or a lot of women that don't know themselves or have no connection with their partner, that's what they see.
That's good.
So
Yeah,
every
that's good,
time
yeah.
you hold me and you hit me from the back, I know you love me. Like, nigga, that's it. Like,
We cuddle after too.
What?
I mean, not like, you know.
nigga, he gonna cuddle with that next bitch too. But
No,
I'm
not
saying,
like he cuddled me, Brooke.
This is the problem. This is
It
what
hit
I'm
different.
saying. This is what I'm saying.
Arm around the neck, you know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm
that's so
saying.
you
Those
don't
are
go through
things
Not
you
the
can do
choke.
with anybody.
Not the,
Niggas be
not
like,
the
I'm gonna hold
arm.
you so you don't steal.
Put that arm, put
You
that
love me?
You ain't never intertwined your leg.
Listen,
know you-
ladies and gentlemen,
sorry,
the
say that shit
book, the book, ladies and gentlemen, Y'all Are Bad Bitches But Terrible People is out in all stores. You can come get the book, please. Buy the damn book. You can learn a lot of what Brooklyn is selling and teaching in this book. I think she did a phenomenal job in being able to flesh out a lot of people reality in text. A lot of people, I say it all the time when I did my album Heart Problems, it wasn't me writing the song, it was me saying the songs that made me be accountable for what I was rapping. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Y'all are
deep
so,
today.
Yeah, so
Everything in that book,
Yeah.
I will not. Everything in that book actually convicted me. Like I even say it in the end of the book.
That's good, that's
I'm
good.
not telling you nothing I wouldn't tell myself.
Right.
And that's what people
teaching
gotta-
while telling. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I even added one in there about cussing. That wasn't even a part of the book.
I'm not reading that part.
I skimmed over it and I wrote it.
Right.
Like I put a disclaimer
I know
and I'm
my
still
heart.
cussing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was something that you got to acknowledge you have to start somewhere. So that was I understand what you're saying about your song.
No, we
Like,
good.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, sure, it's good.
You know what's crazy? Without having any context on what the book is about, in my mind, I thought about friendships. Like,
That's where my mind.
yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
like, because I feel like a lot of women, as a friend group, you could be a bad bitch, but you're a terrible friend. And I feel like that's not talked about enough. Like, I hate when
We should have
people
went
say,
there on that. We should have went a little bit.
Right,
deeper.
y'all
Go
want to
ahead,
talk
just go
about.
ahead.
Y'all want
Give me a little bit.
to
Give me a
sit
little
up
bit.
here
On my
and
road.
That's good. Go ahead,
I was
go.
doing a trilogy and that was
Ah,
going to be the next book. So
period.
There you go. Co-written by Leah Mack.
I just want to say,
Patricia Russell.
real friends do not get comfortable with a friend group. If something makes your friend uncomfortable, it shouldn't be she knows how I am. You should love your friend enough to handle her with care, just like you would these niggas.
But I think that's the
But
problem
also
too.
honesty.
Somebody asked him where to
That's
get
a
the
fact.
book. Where can he get
Oh,
the book?
Barnes and Nobles.
This
But
one is mine.
The yeah, that's Rihanna's before she jumped me. Tamara, I'm sorry. I pronounced you probably watched
Oh
it,
my
but
God, that's
I-
Tamara's.
I don't know. I'm running out of copies. I'm
Tamara,
going to
I
order
do not want
100.
to do it.
But that's the problem. Females don't know how to be friends. They don't be friends to their damn self. You always got to go out with somebody. You always got to do something with somebody. Do it by yourself. Be with yourself. When I broke up with my ex-boyfriend, my older sister always told me, you're not with yourself. You're not by yourself. You're with yourself. And that changed my whole perspective
good.
on how I spend my quality time. Not alone time.
good.
This is quality for
Go to
me.
eat
So
by yourself.
I
It's
love
fine.
eating by
I do
me.
too, by myself
Ain't nobody
sometimes.
rushing me. Ain't nobody making me talk. I gotta stop chewing and cover my mouth. I can burp if I want to. I can just be with myself.
Okay.
I can be with myself. But females don't know how
Yeah.
to be individually and independent for themselves to be a friend in order to give you
true.
something else. So you require something to me that you can't even give yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like the trauma bonding thing. You always connect to what you see in you, but you don't realize it. So if you don't realize it, then y'all sitting here going back and forth. Like I was telling some of my kids, my mentees, if you don't correct someone and tell them, they're not gonna know.
Facts.
Even though we think it's common sense ain't common.
Facts.
So
Facts.
it's you also have to be willing to teach, but you have to be willing to be taught too. But a lot of females don't know how to be friends because you not friendly to yourself. Look how you treat yourself.
And I know we're about to end it,
Go
but
ahead.
I also just want to say this too. You also have to recognize when it's time to let friendships go. Sometimes it's toxic. We bouncing back and forth, the trauma bonding. And then you have some friends who can correct each other, but then the other one get mad and now y'all beefing. You know what I mean? Like fighting, going crazy, disrespecting each other, taking stuff to social media.
Wow.
Sometimes you just have to recognize like either I've outgrown it, you've outgrown it, or it was never a friendship from the
To begin
beginning.
with.
Wow.
We look good together.
Wow.
Some of
It was
y'all...
fun. It was just
had
fun.
And I want y'all to
Yeah.
know the groups of women who are outside and inside, wherever y'all are at, we recognize it. I can see that y'all don't even like each other.
Hold that. Just give me your last thoughts too. We got Brookins, we got Breeze. Give me your last thoughts on the book or your take on it.
I'm definitely gonna read it because I love a good read, and I love how you incorporate what we see on social media. And I think people really need to be cognizant of who they are and how they're perceived in the world. And that's one of the things that I feel like a lot of people have a hard time with, especially being acknowledged, like taking accountability.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to read it. I'm gonna order a copy. So.
That's dope. All right, we live in the building, man. I want to shout out to Brooklyn. Clap it up for Brooklyn in the building right now. Make sure y'all get the book, baby. Y'all get the book. It's live. We appreciate everybody watching. Shout out to the Closet Space, the #1 place to get some gear from. We got a 15% off deal right now. If you go in there and say Boilo's Crazy sent me, you get $15% off of any. You get 15% off of any purchase in the store, and that means different items off your whole purchase. So you get all that together, 15% off that whole purchase. 2700 Sheridan Road, right there in Zion, Illinois. Shout out to True Conglomerate Productions. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Shout out to Tim. Shout out to Denise. They doing their thing. My boy Get Fly. Shout out to my sister Coffee B. Clap it up for my sister Shauna. Clap it up for my sister. Today was her son's birthday, and we all know he passed away. And we had a beautiful balloon release today, which was beautiful on the beach. And she was able to see a lot of people come and celebrate his life. So that was beautiful to see. I was there, and you could watch the Crazy Ride show. You could see the whole kind of ceremony, which was amazing. So she was able to feel that love today. Shout out to Brandy Nicole, the voice that's in the back of my head that's always telling me the opposite thing to do. She make me hypersensitive all the time.
Yes, shout out to you.
She be attacking what I normally want to do. No, I hate it. I don't like it. Damn, what you mean you hate it? You don't like it? I loved it. But I love her for that, so shout out to her.
Wait, before you end it, I'm sorry. If anybody, where's my camera? If anybody, any parents in the Waukegan Public School District wants to meet me tomorrow for the school board meeting, please meet me. If
what's going on?
It's a lot going on. Go on my Facebook page. You'll see my post about what's happening with my son. I need support. I need y'all to come and tell y'all stories. Meet me there. Thank you.
That's facts. What time is it?
I don't know. I'm going to look that up.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I think it started at 6.
Follow her Facebook.
I'll be there at 4.
The Crazy Riot Show. I appreciate everybody watching, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Share the video. Hit the like button. We love y'all. Shout out to my sister Leah Mack. Shout out to my sister Bri Bri, and of course Brooklyn special guest. We'll be back next Monday at 8 o'clock. It's the Boilo's Crazy. If you knew better, you'll do better. I need 2 sweaters. Y'all be cool. We'll see y'all next time.